Um, I think since I'm in the midst of learning what self-love means for me, especially right now, I think what it means to have self-love is to really, it's kind of like self-actualization, like who are you and what makes you feel beautiful. And it's a lot of that because I don't know why I think of beauty right off the bat, but it's really, I just feel that a lot of what you have to offer to the world sometimes feels like it has a lot to do with what you look like. And that's very often when I'm struggling, or what I have been struggling with, especially right now. And I feel that many other women struggle with as well. And I feel that self-love is really defining yourself and like knowing like that who you are on the inside is really what makes you.
I define self-love like if you're having a really rough day or you're going through like something really bad, but at the end of the day it doesn't really affect you. Like you're like at ease with yourself because you know how you feel, and like in love with yourself, you're fine. Like it doesn't hurt you.
To me, self-love is accepting yourself and being comfortable with your own body and your own skin despite what anyone else tells you, despite whatever image of perfection society has painted for you at the time. Self-love is accepting yourself for who you are, what you look like. Self-love is important, and I think it's something that we definitely overlook or underappreciate growing up. Like, I feel like self-love wasn't something that was really talked about in my life, at least until high school. And I definitely noticed a correlation between like my middle school self and my high school self, because my middle school self was always wanting to follow certain fads or trends, and me as a senior in high school, I definitely care less about what people think about me. I care less about what people say about me, and I think it definitely has to do with how much I've grown to just accept myself.
Self-love and self-confidence is like the cure to the world. Like we'd all be, I don't know, I think self-love, although we have other people who love, I am confident enough of like in myself, and that says so much. That says so much, and whenever I see anybody who's confident, like I admire them because it's such a great quality to have. Yeah, and I think it's healing.
Self-love and confidence is really important because like if you just walk through the hallways and you don't really mind what people think about you, it's like an easing feeling. Like who cares what they think? It's what you think about yourself. And yeah.
I feel like in the past, my self-esteem was affected by my perception of myself. I definitely had those days where I woke up and felt that my lips weren't big enough, or my thighs or my butt wasn't big enough, or whatever society's image of perfection is, that I didn't fit that, and therefore I wasn't, anything great. And I feel like now that I'm more mature and I'm older and I've kind of realized that society isn't the final say, I guess, just because you see one body shape or one facial structure repetitively on your social media pages doesn't necessarily mean that that one image is the accepted image of beauty or the accepted image of perfection, because it's definitely not. There's infinitely many possibilities, and for people to hold themselves to one is mind-blowing. It's sad, and I mean, that's how we are, that's how our society is. There's billions of people on this earth, and we teach ourselves that only looking like one person, that one body or that one face is the right one or the good one. So In the past, yes. My appearance has definitely lowered my self-esteem. Now I'm not afraid to say that I'm beautiful because I feel like I am, even if other people don't. That's them. I mean, I've learned to love myself, so yeah.
Honestly, makeup is definitely a form of art, and it's like super awesome, and you get to like make cool designs and use cool glitters. Yeah.
I consider makeup as form of art. For example, like if an artist was like drawing a dragon or something, you're not gonna draw a really cool dragon like off the bat. Like it takes time and practice, and like makeup, like you can't perfect like a perfect eyeliner or anything. The ones that look like you can cut somebody, you know, like that takes time. And I think like finding the right blend maybe takes time. I don't know, because some people just don't know how to blend, man. They just don't. I just don't understand it. Like, thinking about it makes me upset. Makeup is a form of art, and I think you should do it. And if you want to wear it every day, go ahead, but hopefully you know how to wear it.
I feel like makeup is a form of art. It's definitely a form of expression. I've seen a lot of different styles and skill levels on social media, and honestly it's crazy what a lot of makeup artists can do. And I don't know, like you see some of the most basic things sometimes, and it's so hard. At least for me personally, I'm not the makeup person. I mean, I can't even blend my foundation right, but yeah, it's definitely a form of art. It's mind-blowing. I have no idea how they do it.
Every day. Every day, every day. Because what I have been told and what I have been taught through, I mean, we all know that through media we are influenced, and unfortunately, although this has been said many times, yes, my physical appearance, not experience, I'm so sorry. It affects how I live and how I lead and how I feel confident, and if I am able to love myself. And it shouldn't really be that way. Like I should really just love myself. And I can't really say how it has affected me, but I know that it has, and it's not in a very positive way, but I am currently working on what it means to love myself. And I think that's something that we all need to remember, that it is important to love yourself, and that our own qualities, our individual things, everything about us is like for us, and it's unique and it's made, and we're like so cool. Yeah, we just all have different qualities, and we should embrace that.
My physical appearance has definitely affected my self-esteem by a lot. When growing up, I was defined like as a tomboy because I grew up like around my brothers and my dad, who like kind of influenced me to play basketball a lot. So like I was that girl who wasn't really girly or anything. But throughout the years, I kind of learned that their opinion doesn't really matter. It's just mine. And
I think that young little kids can have more self-love and more self-confidence than older. Like, as I got older, I feel like I got less self-confident. Like, when you're a kid, you are like, go to a kid and ask them, because they live, like, they are so much happier, and like, it's like they're almost, maybe it's because I don't know what the magic trick is. I really don't know what it is, but as you grow older, it's like you learn more things, and like you develop different thoughts, and then that affects you, and it affects you negatively, and I just don't know how to go on, and I think I'm learning how to go on, and it's kind of like we're working backwards, like what happened. But I guess what I do have to say to myself in the past or to people in the future is to remember that love is it can be so difficult, but it's so important, and it's also so simple at the same time. And that throughout all the madness and throughout all the negative thoughts and everything that ever drives you in a different direction that is like super not good, And what I mean by that is like, the voices in your head telling you that you're not good enough or that you're not pretty enough. That is all, it's so simple to remember to love yourself, but it's also so difficult. And just to remember to do that instead of listening to the voices in your head.
I would tell my past self that like being criticized for the things that I was criticized for is okay, because like I took that in and then like made something of myself. But back then I didn't really realize that. I just felt like I was hated and I felt judged and I didn't really know how to handle it before. Like I just felt like it just hurted a lot. But over time I realized that. But if I can tell myself back then that it didn't really matter what people said, then I think that would have helped more.
If I could give advice to my younger self, I would tell her to stop caring about what other people think, because it doesn't matter. Their opinions are dumb, and they are dumb if they're gonna judge you based on your body or your face, because as you get older those things will change, but who you are at heart won't, and that's what really matters, and that's what you should focus on. Don't hold yourself to unrealistic expectations, because fulfilling your own personal expectations are all that matter. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you're not good enough, or that you're not pretty enough, or that your butt's not big enough, or your boobs aren't big enough, or whatever other bullshit people try to sell. It's not important. Your happiness, and loving yourself are the most important things. So as long as you focus on those, you will have a wonderful life. Don't be someone bitter who needs to bring others down based on their physical appearance, because that's so dumb and ignorant and shallow. I mean, don't be that person. Don't be superficial, because you're better than that. You're better than that. You don't need to be a part of that negativity and ignorance. And in case anyone hasn't told you today, you look great. You look wonderful, actually. Is that a new shirt? Because it looks good. Also, did you just get a haircut? Did you? I can tell. It looks good. You look great. Yeah, you looked good last week too, but I'm just saying. You look great right now, so.
You guys are all beautiful, and I'm here to spread positivity, and I hope you are too. I love you.